Yeah, I'm wrapping up 2023 with the season finale, my own little YouTube rewind, where I go back through the internet's most insufferable worms from this year that I haven't previously covered, and I make fun of them now. Yesterday it was Illuminati on the chopping block. Today we're shooting spitballs at Jack Doherty. Jack Doherty's infamy online reached its crescendo about a month ago, hitting its peak mainly because he became known as just this punching bag. His face was a knuckle sandwich magnet, so most of his viral clips were him getting slapped or being involved in some kind of fight that broke out, because he truly is just an insufferable asshole to be around. Now make no mistake, don't misconstrue my words, Jack Doherty isn't the one fighting. He's the one getting beat like a drum, and I don't think I've ever seen him throw anything beyond one wet noodle punch that didn't connect. He usually has his bodyguards fight his battles for him, with conflicts that he starts and instigates, but he's around fights all the time. It's just, when you get near Jack Doherty, it's like a Dementor. It sucks the fun out of everything, and everyone gets uncomfortable and mad at him. He just has this indescribable X-Men mutation about him that makes him impossible to be around while also being in a good mood. So I'm going to go ahead and show you his most viral clip that ever came out from him, the legacy for which he will always be remembered. This is his magnum opus.
Go.
Where we at? Where we at?
Da-na-na-na.
What? Little prop, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, little prop? Yeah. Yeah.
This is Jack's iconic shtick, where he walks around causing a ruckus, just being this menace to society, harassing people, and then trying to get a rise out of them. The second someone looks like they're ready to get confrontational with Jack, he has his security guards swoop in and stop it, just put the kibosh on it immediately. He travels with his bodyguards that are basically his babysitters, his nannies, really his guardian angels. They're the only thing that's kept him alive this long, because he is such a piece of shit. Everybody wants to fight him when he does things like this, but his bodyguards protect him. And he still has the gall, the fucking chutzpah, to stand behind his bodyguards, peek his head over, and continue to insult the person. He actually looks like a cartoon villain out of Popeye. Like, look at the way he conducts himself. It's so bad. This would be the most embarrassing moment to somebody else, but for Jack, it's his proudest moment. Now, when it comes to insulting Jack Doherty here, I actually have skin in this game. Just like an 80s action movie tagline, this time it's personal. When I say he is insufferable to be around, I'm not just basing that off of the videos I see of him. I actually know Jack Doherty in real life. In fact, he was in one of my videos 4 years ago, but you probably didn't know that because I did my absolute best to edit him out of it. It's from a video 4 years ago when the local Tampa Police Department challenged me to complete their police academy. This was during the time where I was watching live PD and talking about police activity, making jokes about it. They invited me out there to try it myself. Well, Jack Doherty actually happened to be there on that same day. Despite my best efforts to rewrite history, you can't fully erase the stain. You can see the cringe cryptid right there in the yellow shirt. This is a young Jack Doherty spotting. At the time of filming that video, Jack would have been 16 years old. And I know it's not exactly cool to bully a child, but this wasn't a child, this was a demon. It's not just me that had an extremely negative impression of Jack on that day. Matt, Andrew, Tiana, and the officers all had nothing good to say about their experience being around Jack Doherty for like the 6 hours we were there. He was one of the most disrespectful people I had ever seen in person. For some reason, he was extremely loud most of the day, so anytime he tried to talk, he'd kind of yell it at the officers or anyone he was talking to, I suppose. It was like he was trying to get into a screaming match on an Xbox Live lobby for no reason. Like, I think that was just him trying to be hype for his video or something, but man, it was extremely annoying. But beyond that, anytime we were about to do one of the tests, or if the officers were trying to tell us something about one of the tests, he'd be like interrupting them frequently, and the yelling was giving me a goddamn headache. Like, none of us had anything positive to say about Jack. The only thing is, we all understood that he was a child, and he found internet fame extremely young. So clearly that had a poisonous effect on his mind, and we had all just kind of expected that he's going through a phase most likely, and he'd eventually grow out of this. But not only did he not grow height-wise, he also didn't grow personality-wise. His attitude is exactly the same. His face looks exactly the same as when he was a 13-year-old boy, which is highly unlucky for him, and maybe that explains why he lashes out so often. But overall, over the last 4 years, he's just gotten worse. He's gotten more degenerate, more aggressive, more hostile, and he's just a giant piece of shit now. Since he's had internet fame for so long, he truly believes that he is some kind of deity, this kind of internet god, and everyone is beneath him. He thinks he's superior to just the plebeians around him, so he uses all the strangers he comes in contact with on stream as props for his content, and his big thing is still basically having his bodyguard protect him all of the time, which is so fucking pathetic. But anyway, let's dive into a bit more of the Sack Doherty lore. So he makes most of his money through OnlyFans. He manages a lot of OnlyFans girls, as well as having an OnlyFans of his own, which I think if you sign up for that, you need to be put on some kind of FBI watch list, because this looks like a child. That is a very fucking awful OnlyFans page to be subscribing to. You probably need to be investigated. But he makes all of his money there, basically, and he will never let you forget he is making a lot of money through managing these OnlyFans models. He frequently posts these flexes, talk shit all you want, you wish you could spend this much on your credit card in just 2 weeks, and it's just an absurd amount of money that he's dumping on garbage. He posts these at least once a week, and it's clearly engagement farming. He's just baiting people into getting mad at him and just shitting on him, because he's realized that that is his formula to success. He'll just cosplay as the communal urinal for the internet to collectively come take a piss in, because it gets him a little money off of like the Twitter posts, but maybe it gets him a couple extra OnlyFans subscribers or a few curious kids that'll watch his stream to see what kind of degeneracy unfolds. He's basically playing the villain. He's leaning into the role. I always find this to be an extremely sad path to take, because he is actually just becoming the clown on purpose, and eventually he's going to grow up. It's going to happen at some point, and it's going to be nothing but shame for him, I imagine, because who in the world would possibly want the legacy of just being the hated douchebag? That's not something to be proud of. Even if you do have a lot of money in your bank account from it, I can't imagine it feels good to explain to your friends and family how you got that money, because everyone dislikes you and makes fun of you. Like, there's no way that that's a rewarding experience. I don't think there's any reason to show you any more of his clips. They're all just infuriating garbage. It's just eye-rolling trash. Like, even just yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, he got into a confrontation with a bouncer over, like, a fake ID or something, according to the headlines. And it's once again just Sack Doherty being the little goblin that he is. Just this little douchebag. And just an entitled asshole. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about him a little bit since I haven't talked about him all year, and I do actually know him. I'm using know really loosely. I met him one time, but that was enough to get an extremely accurate gauge on the kind of person he was then, and all I could do was pray that he wouldn't be that person in the future. But he became so much worse down the line, which is almost impressive, actually. So yeah, just wanted to talk about him a little bit. That's it. So yeah. I just had a couple of friends send me a clip where Jack Doherty just crashed his McLaren on stream while reading chat or maybe texting on his phone. And I just cannot fight the urge to make fun of this goober again. Insulting Jack Doherty is a God-given right, and I would be a fool to deny that. I can't resist. It's like trying to hold in a sneeze. I just have to let it out. I have to clown on Jack Doherty. The most punchable face on the planet here belongs to our protagonist, Jack. He is right now driving his McLaren, and his cameraman is doing a great job for the insurance company here, showcasing that he is not doing his due diligence of being a safe driver. So, the clip starts with him staring at his phone, staring a fucking hole through it. I'm pretty sure he's reading the chat, though it is possible he's reading texts or replying to texts. Either way, though, he is distracted driving, and it's about to be a disaster.
Oh, fuck. No, watch out, watch out. Oh, fuck, open the door, open the door, open your door. We're locked in here. Holy shit.
This is clearly a case of Jack Doherty not paying any attention, leading to his car hydroplaning. Now, I know hydroplaning can happen to even the best drivers, which Jack Doherty is not. He is looking at his phone numerous times. We have the cameraman who's filming this like Cloverfield and actually did a really good job of like showing us the monster. Every time we see him, it's like he's been hypnotized by his phone. He's like in a trance. He's a zombie behind the wheel. He was never paying attention to the road, even though it's raining out. And then he had the chutzpah to step on the gas. You can like hear him accelerate. And he's barely even lucid right now because he's too distracted by his phone, and that leads to it hydroplaning.
Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Oh, Michael. Are you okay? Yeah. Holy fuck. Oh my god, bro. There's no fucking... Michael, here. Michael, do you have your film on that phone too?
His friend is clearly injured, bleeding from his head. He is fucking leaking. And Jack Doherty doesn't give a shit. He hands him the phone to keep filming for stream and then tells him to film on an additional phone as well to get multiple angles, I guess. He was trying to make like a 360-degree video out of it. I have no clue. Michael, shake it off for a second. Look, I know you might have a concussion. I know you're bleeding all over the place. But you have to remember, we're in the middle of content right now. So I'm gonna need you to get your act together, rub some dirt in it, and double fist these phones and film me, okay? I'm the superstar here, and I'm gonna put on a little bit of a show here for the content, okay? And if you're not alright with it, you're fired. You can take a hike. You can scram, Buster. Get out of town, okay? Like, if this is me, if I was Michael, that would show loud and clear, Jack doesn't give a fuck about me. This little vermin is not a friend at all. He's a little content ghoul, a little goblin. I knew Jack Doherty was pathetic, but I had no idea he was this pitiful that this is considered content to him. Like, how can you possibly have so little shame? You just totaled your car with video evidence of you staring at your phone for most of your driving. And this car, like, fucking exploded like Humpty Dumpty here. The way, you'll see his car fully in a moment, it looks like when you drive backwards in a NASCAR game in the early 2000s. Like, he did a number on it, completely totaled it. It is a miracle that neither one of them are in a coffin right now. And instead of doing the sensible thing of stopping the stream and getting medical care to your friend who clearly needs it, he instead doubles down and wants even more footage of it, even though he looks like the biggest fucking idiot on the planet for this. An unlovable, unlikable, irredeemable loser.
No. Oh my god. My car is totaled, bro. Oh my god, this is cooked.
I don't even think he cares. I think this guy is so far gone. He's such a sociopath, disconnected from reality. I actually think he's viewing this in his head as a positive thing. Like, oh, this is going to be a lot of views. This is actually going to be like really good for the brand. Like, it honestly seems like he's putting on a CW level acting performance. Oh, bro, this is cooked. No, it's busted. Once again, not even really asking his friend if he's okay at all. He asked him one question asking if he was good, and that was it. Immediately handed him the phone to keep filming, and then asked him to film additional content as well with the other one. Like, this guy, I don't believe has a soul left in his fucking body. And also, I would argue that this McLaren was totaled even before this accident because that paint job is a crime. That looks atrocious. It's like your grandma's polka dot wallpaper from the 70s. I don't know what that's even supposed to be. It looks like it was taken to a paintball tournament and used as cover. Maybe it was. Maybe that was the whole thing. But either way, that McLaren was living a sad life looking like that. And honestly, it might be for the best that it was put out of its misery. Because Jesus Christ, that is an awful, awful paint job on that vehicle. Definitely worth mentioning that he got banned for this. Kick actually banned him. I don't know if it's a permanent ban or not, but as of right now, his account is gone.
What's your name? My name is Jack. I was driving and then my tires just slipped and I lost control and then landed here. I was all the way on the left side and I just went there and then I don't know what happened. I just lost control and the next thing you know I'm just going here. And I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no shit you don't know what happened because you weren't looking. You were buried on your phone, brother. This is probably the most honest thing I've ever heard pop out of this douchebag's mouth, and it's entirely accidental. Like, he is being honest. He doesn't know what happened. He didn't have his eyes on the fucking road at all. Though I do think it would be very important information to share with this officer, the video footage. I think they'd really like to take a peek at that, Jack. You love to promote your streams and everything. Why not let the officer take a peek at what happened right before the accident? I'm sure that would be really interesting in helping them figure out how this mysterious crash could have possibly taken place. This whole time, he still hasn't really checked on his friend at all, who is still bleeding profusely. And it's not until more authorities get there, as well as, like, medical personnel, that he even pretends to care, like, comes over and gives him a hug. But outside of that, he doesn't really care about Michael. And if that was me, I would 100% be suing Jack for that. He's made it clear as the fucking patches on my face where my beard doesn't grow that he does not care that I am injured and it's his fault. All he cares about is me filming him. So, fuck him. I would 100% be opening a case against Jack. There is video evidence of him texting and driving or reading chat while driving, just being distracted and causing this crash that has now injured me. So, I'd be coming for a little piece of that pie, because he is a piece of shit. I don't think Michael will do that, and I don't even know if it would be like a slam dunk case if he tried, but this would absolutely be where the friendship would stop if that was me in this case. That shit is just so foul.
They want me to be back. They don't want me to be here.
For some reason that not even science can explain, Jack Doherty takes this as an opportunity to bust out the pepperonis here and get his shirt off. I don't understand why he likes to be shirtless so much when he has a body that's built like a bag of milk. I thought for like a split second maybe the medical personnel asked him to do that so they could check him for like abrasions or anything like that. But I don't think they did, because he did that like in the middle of a conversation with the authorities. And he does get into like the back of an ambulance to get examined, but from what I can hear and what I can tell, they never asked him to take his shirt off. Plus, they probably would have done that in the ambulance as opposed to just on the road. But I don't know for sure. Most of the time, Jack Doherty does have his shirt off for some reason, and not even totaling his McLaren and splitting his friend's face open is enough to stop him from doing that. That shirt's coming off, come hell or high water, it doesn't matter. And man, we are all the worse off for it. Like, Jesus Christ. Overall, though, it is very lucky that everyone else on the road was safe from Jack Doherty's negligent wrath here behind the wheel of the McLaren. He didn't hit any other vehicles from what I can see, and it's also very lucky that neither him nor his friend died from this. So, all things considered, he got very lucky with this crash, because it could have been a lot worse. Maybe this will be a wake-up call for him. I doubt it. I don't think he has the capability of actually learning and growing and evolving, but we'll see. That's about it. See ya. You know that classic trope you'll see occasionally in TV shows where they have the character go to a therapist, the therapist will hold up ink blots and say, "How does this make you feel?" Well, I'm going to do that with you right now. Let's do this exercise together. I'm going to show you a picture, and I don't even need to ask how it makes you feel. I know exactly how this picture makes you feel. Disgusted. That right there, friends, is a picture of Jack No Sack Doherty. He's like this embarrassing cringe SCP that elicits a fight or flight response from everyone that looks at him, but no one ever chooses flight, they always choose fight, because everybody hates this guy and wants to fight him. I've made fun of him plenty of times. Everybody has. Mr. Rogers would bully Jack Doherty. He is just biologically engineered to be unlikable. From the decisions he makes to the things that he does to the way that he behaves, like everything about him is just yucky and makes people want to like lash out at him. Like it's actually impressive just how hard it is to find anything good about Jack Doherty. So I've covered him even recently where he crashed his McLaren and his friend was bleeding. He's like, "Oh man, hey, can you start filming me?" "Oh, my McLaren." It's that guy. And I covered him previously when he would go around harassing people and then hiding behind his bodyguards when they tried to fight him for it. He is just a menace. And he's done plenty of other things too that I haven't bothered insulting him for, but I just can't resist the urge to insult him today as well, because now he has become so desperate after getting banned everywhere for all of the terrible shit that he does, that he's resorted to pump and dump crypto scamming the last remaining splinter of his audience. Any news on Jack Doherty? Yeah, he just did a rug pull today. Or last night. He got in on that pump.fun rug pull. He couldn't resist the forbidden fruit. It was, I think he deleted a lot of it. Let me pull it up. He's streaming on a super obscure site called Party 2. I just heard about Party. The reason I heard about it is because it apparently just launched recently and it's already filled with porn. I don't know if he streamed this. I don't think he streamed this on Party. I think this was on just straight up Twitter. Yeah.
Where's Party? It's already there. It's already on. And press. Going about to buy. Let's see. Anyone that gets it right, guys, I'm gonna be sending your soul to you guys. If you guys want some soul, I'm gonna be sending some soul to y'all.
It's crazy how I can click anywhere in this 23 minute stream. Holy. And I thought I barely streamed. Oh my. But it's crazy how I can click anywhere in this 23-minute stream and just hit a place where he is scamming. Just a random spot. Yeah, here it is. He eventually buys McLaren. Because of his McLaren crash, he's leaning into it. So he keeps talking about buying the McLaren coin on Pump Fun. All that Solana. Oh boy. And eventually just in stream without saying anything. It doesn't even look like he made much money from the rug either. Like, if you just look at the graph, it doesn't seem like he even made off with it, like, any money. Was it that initial pump and dump? That's what I couldn't tell. I think so. Like, it must have been. I'm pretty sure his friends made it in the background, so he was stalling for time, which is what the Reddit speculates as well. But it just doesn't seem like he even made much from it. He's just that desperate. And also, very few people even bothered playing ball with it, but everyone who did deserved to get scammed. If you're putting money into a Jack Doherty fucking meme coin on pump.fun, you just shouldn't have access to your money. You need a guardian. You need someone that handles it for you and shuts down your bad ideas. If I needed money to pay bills, would it be okay to pump and dump, or is it illegal? That's the craziest. I don't know if you're memeing or not, but the craziest thing is the TikTok fucking broccoli hair 9-year-olds, like, all of them are getting fed pump and dumps. And a lot of them think that that's like a totally normal thing to do and not bad. It's not regulated, but it's not legal. It is still illegal. It's fraudulent. It's scamming. It is still illegal, but no one's going to get punished for it. But since it's not regulated, you're not going to see Jack Doherty get taken away in handcuffs. It's fucked because kids thinking it's a way of life. They should be worried about toys. Yeah, like the 13-year-old that rugged 3 times in a day for 50 grand. Oh, God. It's sad. It's actually sad. I'm sure he's going to do more of these, too. I just have a hunch he's going to keep doing this. Because it is like an infinite money glitch right now. It seems like everyone who makes a pump.fun coin is getting tons of suckers to immediately buy in, hoping that they're there early enough for when it graduates and they make like a fat bag off it. But it's just not going to happen. It is just not going to happen. You have better odds in the lottery. But I know there are a lot of people who have already made tons of money from it. Just like there's people that have made tons of money from the lottery. It's just not going to be you. Pump and dumping crypto is a moral good because it scams crypto bros. It's your civic duty and also funny. Wow. Checkmate, actually. I was going to try and like have an argument against you, but you're right. The only people on pump.fun are actually the people who deserve to get scammed. You're cooking. Wait a minute. You just fucking flambéed that. There's mathematically better odds at beating a pump and dump than winning lotto casinos. I think you do have like slightly higher odds, but you have to also calculate that everyone on pump.fun is scamming. Like they are rug pulls. So you are not in on when that's coming. So you still have to get absurdly lucky, which is why it's still like statistically very unlikely that anyone that's outside of the scammer's ring makes money off of the pump.fun rugs. Why can't they just keep the coin going and take a bit out here and there instead of rug pulling? I feel like it's long term more profitable. Scamming seems so dumb. That was so innocent. That was like a kid asking, why do people do bad things? The reason you rug it is because there is no long term with a pump.fun shitcoin. It is designed to be rugged. They don't have a use. It's there to pump and then take your money out so people are left holding the bag. You can't take little bits and pieces out because then you risk not being the benefactor. It is actually, from a design perspective, there to fail, and you calculate the fail. It's so degenerate. Is Jack gonna get jumped soon? I doubt it, man. Anyone that bought into the pump.fun probably had their parents' permission to do it. If they wanted to jump Jack, they'd have to talk to their dad to have him drive over there. Otherwise, they have to roll up on the green machine. They claim Pump prevents rugs by making sure all created tokens are safe. Each coin on Pump is a fair launch with no pre-sale and no Yeah, I saw. That's just to cover their own ass legally. Pump.fun is making so much money, they're going to be in the crosshairs of, like, regulators or investigators or something down the line. So they're just doing all they can to, like, legally cover themselves, but the site is literally made for rug pulls. That's the whole point. It's going to give birth to a whole new generation of highly skilled and experienced scammers. Nope. No, it is not. Like that 13-year-old with the huge rug pull the other day for Quant. He didn't do anything, like, technically impressive. On the site, on pump.fun, I don't want to pull up the site. The site is so fucking degenerate. But on the site, there's something that just says start coin. You click start coin, and you can just make your shit token. He didn't do anything besides just click make coin using whatever fucking protocol is native there. I have no idea. Launched it, and then just streamed, and then people started putting money into it, and he said, thanks for the 20 bandos, left. And then came back with, I'm sorry, thanks for the 10 bandos, left. Then came back for Lucy, another 10 bandos, idiots, and then left. The experience he gained is that people are fucking idiots. That was the experience he gained from it. He's not highly skilled. Crazy to think Quant Kid probably made 50K from scamming and probably still believes in Santa. Yeah, he's going to try and buy one of the reindeer from Santa's sleigh. Not satisfied with just one pump and dump on his audience, Jack Doherty did it again. Like King Neptune, he said, that was so good I want to try it a second time. So he apparently did another stream on Twitter where he rugged another coin. I can't find that broadcast, so I only have this screenshot to go off of, but you can still see the tweets that he was posting about it before going live. So he clearly was doing a meme coin stream, then deleted some of the tweets, and in the comment section you can see people being very upset that he rugged them again. The shitcoin this time around for Jack was hated. The lore being people hate Jack for good reason. So he immediately rugged it as soon as he could, speedrunning financial crimes with a goofy smile on his face that not even his mother could love. And now, as an act of revenge, the people that got rugged are now driving the price of hated up really high. Same play that we saw from the playbook when that 13-year-old rugged people with Quant, and then after he was out, they drove the market cap through the goddamn roof. They fucking blasted that Insano style in order for the kid to feel bad because he made 30K when he could have made $1 million if he held. Though he would have never made $1 million because if he didn't rug them, it would have never had that market cap because people wouldn't have done that. It's a secondary scam. So what happened is people got rugged, then they start putting in more and more money to give the appearance like, hey, we need to get revenge, so we're going to drive this up. So then they drive it up in order to get some people to buy in, so that way the people that got rugged can get the fuck out without taking as much of a loss on it. So that's what they're trying again here with Jack Doherty's meme coin. I can't believe people bought into his first shit coin with McLaren, let alone the second time. This is the exact same thing that just happened on the same site with the exact same formula here a couple days ago with Quant, and people are still falling victim to it. And Jack is going to keep doing this. Jack is probably going to do this every single day. And unfortunately, I think it's going to work every single time because for some reason, people keep thinking that they are the galaxy brain. They are the one who knocks. Yeah, it's a rug pull. We know Jack's going to rug it, but I'm going to be there when he does to capitalize off all the idiots, all the sheep that don't see between the lines like I do. Wake the fuck up, moron. Everybody knows that. Everyone's doing that same thing, which is why you keep getting rugged. That's the whole purpose of this. Like, it's going to keep happening. The only person that wins, well, two people, Jack and Pump.Fun. Pump.Fun's making 20 million plus a month off of this degeneracy. And Jack is able to just keep farming imbeciles, absolute buffoons. It actually blows my mind how willing people are to just get scammed, blatantly scammed, laughed at in their face, and keep coming back for more. It's nuts. So I expect Jack to be doing this every day until the fucking authorities show up and take him away in handcuffs, if that day ever comes. He is literally streaming himself committing financial crimes. But because it's in the crypto sector, it's not something they actively pursue all that hard. But maybe they will at some point, and he'll face the piper then. Anyway, though, that's really about it. So, yeah. The only thing more pathetic than an internet prankster is nothing. These degenerate worms whose entire existence revolves around making strangers' lives worse in public so that they can film it and post it online for content are actually the most embarrassing thing humanity has ever produced. And I've mentioned this before, but I actually think making fun of pranksters is an important public service to try and deter other youngsters from growing up to be this kind of failure of a person. So I just learned about a new prankster who's been at the game for over a year, and the only thing he has to show for it is a few arrests and a community of children that just shoot spitballs and make fun of him like a bad birthday party clown. So I'm not going to tell you his name. His name's not important. Don't go out of your way to find and harass him. Don't give him any kind of engagement off of it. I just think he is another great example of the brain rot that's really infested the youth these days here.
When I hop off this counter and break that camera, you're gonna be mad. So stop fucking recording me, though.
Make my milkshake and chill out.
I'm not making nothing.
You're not making nothing?
I'm not making nothing.
Dude, you heard how she talked to me?
I swear that I'm not making nothing.
Make-
Fuck out of here. All y'all.
Hey!
Inside, I'm not making nothing. You wanna stand here, stand here. We're not just serving y'all. Get the fuck out of here. Here!
I'll go back there myself and make a damn milkshake, motherfucker.
Over here? I swear to God, shit out of here.
Dude, get the hell out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, I said.
Dude!
Make me, Mr. Sir! Make me!
We gotta go. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Ah, yes, the classic prank. Harass customer service employees and be an insufferable asshole. So, this is how I found his content, and it turns out this is all he does. His entire existence is like this perpetual miasma of misery that haunts his community, where he and the after-school cringe club latch onto his ass to suckle a bit of clout out of it, get together, and just make complete strangers' days worse. And then he films it and proudly posts it online. And I do mean proud. This is his pride and joy. Every time he gets arrested, he wears it like a Boy Scout badge of honor. I legitimately couldn't imagine being his parents. The shame would be overwhelming. I would rather my child grow up to be a professional toilet seat kisser than grow up to be a prankster like this kid.
I'll go back there myself and make a damn milkshake, motherfucker.
Over here? I swear to God, shit out.
A completely flat and hollow threat from this affluent douchebag who I have no doubt has never faced any real repercussions from his actions. And he has the world's worst laugh. His laugh sounds like Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Just some real goofy shit. It's fucking ridiculous. He is like actually biologically engineered through evolution to be the perfect cringe loser. Now, you may have noticed a lot of cuts in this, and that's because, of course, they leave out the context that led to this escalation and exactly what happened here to get to this point. But the manager has spoke up about this situation afterwards. And I almost can't help but appreciate the delusion from the prankster and his friends to think that somehow they look tough here or look cool. Because in this situation, the manager is the biggest W by far. The manager stood his ground, handled everything really well, I thought, and wasn't afraid to, like, challenge them if this guy really did follow through on his threat to go back there. And if the goof troop really did jump over that counter and attack or do anything stupid like that, they would have 100% ended up on the fuck around and find out matrix, because it turns out the manager is an actual trained fighter. So there's no doubt in my mind he would have beat all their asses, steamed their ham thoroughly. In that video, he does also go over how rude they were being and how everything kept escalating because of them, which of course was cut out from his post about it. Now you're probably wondering how old the doofus committee here is from the pranksters, because the main guy has the face of a 13-year-old boy. But would you believe me if I told you that he's actually 19 years old? There's a video as well as an article going over one of his mini runs-in with authorities, and he says, "How are you my height? I'm 19. I mean, I almost feel bad for him being 19 years old and being stuck with the face of like a 12-year-old Xbox Live Call of Duty gamer. That's rough. Like, there's no doubt he probably feels insecure about that, and that might be why he's lashing out so much against his community around him and turned to the dark side, going down the prankster path, the public nuisance asshole road."
When you guys walk up on people that you guys know don't like you, that have chased you around before, someone's eventually gonna probably beat you guys up.
That's what we're aiming for.
Why?
Low key, just to get some content out of it.
Okay, so you're gonna be the victim of an assault for a content.
A super honest answer from a super big douchebag. They keep pushing people, harassing them until they snap, hoping that they'll either attack them or have some kind of big blow up that they can film and post online for content. Heavens to Betsy. What a turbo loser. Yikes. He's giggling and smiling while giving this answer to the officer. He is so delusional. He really thinks that this is his ticket to internet updates, that precious clout and attention online, when in reality, it's most likely just going to be his ticket to the hospital or jail.
What? What?
You guys all walk away.
We didn't even do nothing. Wow, bro. Yup.
Every time this asshole gets arrested, it's like the happiest moment of his life. It's like Christmas morning every single time he finds himself in a pair of handcuffs, because he's so delusional that he believes that that's going to help the content blow up or help him go viral, and it hasn't. It doesn't, and hopefully it never will. So he just keeps doing these extremely stupid stunts, calling them pranks, harassing just normal people in the world, eventually gets the cops called on him, and then him and his friends are like, "Oh, I can't believe it. What?"
Plumbing? What do you mean?
He's taking pictures.
Yo, who the hell is that?
Stop acting. Stop acting.
Yo, get that camera off me. Get the hell out of here.
It's okay.
Huh?
It's okay.
Get the hell on out of here.
Good one. This guy just loves treating workers as props for his videos. I still can't believe he's actually 19 years old. He looks like he still needs mommy and daddy to drive him to this Home Depot so he can film these pranks with his buddies. I will probably never understand who actually watches something like that and finds any enjoyment out of it. Even if I was 12 years old, I don't see myself even smiling at it. It's just annoying. As a viewer, and I feel real bad for anyone that is unfortunate enough to be subjected to one of his pranks. Like, I really don't think I'll ever understand why kids grow up wanting to do this, or why kids somehow even get moderately entertained by that.
Jersey.
Don't pet Jersey right now. We're just seeing that. You got me.
Yeah, I was thinking he smelled like shit.
What'd you say to my dog?
Yeah, I said I thought your dog smelled like shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here before I let you smell like shit.
Wait, it's a dog, sir.
Get out of here. Hey, get out of here.
Calm down.
All right, don't say my dog is this or that. Get the fuck out.
I was just saying the dog smelled like shit, sir.
Good one. Again. Man, Junior, you're really on a hot streak with these bangers. Your dog smells like shit prank. People can't even just relax on a bench outside with their pet without you going out of your way to bother them. Nothing is safe from your cringe apocalypse that you bring with you everywhere you go. Everything this guy and his friends have ever done that I can find is just actual trash. It's just bothering people in the world and calling it a prank. It sucks. It's just public nuisance degeneracy. And I'll always take a little bit of time to make fun of some pieces of shit like this because I think it is an invaluable service to provide. Nobody should end up like this guy or his team here. And they're not really a team. This guy I already know is insufferable to be around. The only reason his friends orbit him is because he has the tiniest bit of clout online, and they try and suckle a little bit out of that from his bosom for themselves. That's the only reason they stomach him for however brief a time when they're filming these awful videos together. They're not real friends, it's just a bunch of fake people surrounding themselves with each other and convincing each other that making these pranks is somehow going to get them to the top. It's just fucking pathetic. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. So yeah. If there's one thing you need to know about me, it's that this tooth, this one right here, that little bastard, is about 1 centimeter taller than the other teeth on that bottom row. And now, anytime you see my mouth open, you won't be able to unsee it. You're welcome. And the other thing you really need to know about me is that I cannot stand when people cause problems for customer service workers, in particular, fast food employees. I've made countless videos shitting on narcissists that are fishing for clout by exploiting fast food employees for views on TikTok or YouTube through pranks or just being a general nuisance, just a hemorrhoid on society. They're just normal people and they're getting paid minimum wage to deal with the most insufferable people on the planet. Just truly degenerate assholes, and my heart breaks for them. Fast food workers get abused more than a fleshlight. It sucks. And over the last week or so, there's been a new trend that has really blown up that once again just treats these human beings as if they're just NPCs, props for their TikTok and YouTube Shorts videos. It's filming your Chipotle order being made by the Chipotle worker.
I'll get a bowl. Yeah, for to go. I'll get white rice with that.
The idea is they're going to give you more food because they're on camera. And it spawned because people were starting to talk about Chipotle portion sizes being smaller than they used to be, which for the record I do believe. That is a conspiracy theory I'll put on the full tinfoil condom for, because I do think that's accurate no matter how much the CEO likes to dance around in delusion and pretend that that's not the facts of it. I do think it is true. I used to get a Chipotle burrito after every lift in college, and I had innumerable Chipotle burritos, and over the last 3 or 4 years I've been very vocal about the quality of the food going down, in my opinion, and definitely, like when I get burritos now, it's significantly less than I remember it being back then. But I also think that's just kind of the industry norm, because I think the same thing about many other fast food places as well. But anyway, someone on TikTok came up with a cure to this small portion disease, and it was to just film these workers doing their job and kind of give them a bit of a hard time and nudge them on camera to give them more food. And this started to really pop off because a lot of people noticed that, oh, when they're being filmed, they give you more food. So that's the cheat code. That's the life hack.
Rice blank or pinto beans?
We'll do pinto beans with that.
Pinto beans, any protein for you?
We'll do chicken, please.
Chicken. Any queso for you?
We need some more chicken in that.
More chicken?
Finna fire on your ass. Put that chicken in there.
Alright, any queso for you?
This one is by far the worst I've seen from this trend here. This guy went in there looking to start shit. He's immediately aggressive and confrontational. The guy hadn't even put the fucking spoon fully into the chicken bowl there before he said, no, 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 need more chicken. He's there to stir a controversy for the sake of his video. And he is just shoving the camera down this guy's throat. If the worker had bent over, the camera guy here would have given him a full-blown fucking colonoscopy. He is right up in his business to just be this insufferable douchebag that's hassling him for the sake of this video that he's filming. Now, it's filmed from another angle, but I can't find that full video. I can only find this one through Twitter.
We need some veggies. Get some green veggies. Yeah, a little bit more, little bit more.
No problem.
Little bit more.
No problem.
Straight up. Oh, they gonna have to hold me accountable.
When he was asked pretty politely to just stop putting the camera in this guy's face, not even asked to stop filming, by the way, just asked to like, hey, maybe don't be up in this guy's nutsack with your camera, he immediately starts yelling about it. He's immediately throwing a fucking temper tantrum. Even though it was a super reasonable request, because look at how close he's getting to this guy. He is leaning over the counter to get as close as possible. It's like he's going in for a kiss, like he's trying to fucking make out with the guy here.
Nothing else?
That'll be all. And if you got a problem, I'll fire your ass up. Hold me accountable. You gonna have to hold me accountable.
Sir, this is a Chipotle's. Why are you yelling and screaming? Why are you hooting and hollering here? Goodness gracious, it's like a hostage situation here. The worker did everything you ask. Leave them alone. All they requested is that you take the camera out of that guy's mouth. They didn't even ask that you stop filming, even though they should have. They should have walked over and slapped that fucking phone right out of your hands, douchebag. That's what should have happened. But it didn't. You still got to have your TikTok video, and you're still huffing and puffing about it. It's incomprehensible to me. Even when people who did this trend weren't harassing the worker making their food, I still don't like it. I think it is still dog shit. You're just being a nuisance to just average everyday people just going about their lives. They're getting paid minimum wage to make your food, and you're making it a huge headache for them by putting them on camera when I know for a fact they don't want to be. The reason you're getting more food shouldn't be some kind of mystery. The reason is because no one wants to deal with being shamed online. It's not like these people are just drones, AI, that are cut off from the rest of the world. These people have access to the internet, same as you. They know what this trend is. And they know if they give you anything less than fucking colossal proportions that could feed a family of 8, then they're going to get insulted in your TikTok video. So obviously they play along with it. Like, it shouldn't be surprising that you do get more food when you film the workers here and put this big spotlight on them. Because now you've turned it into a huge song and dance, and they want to do everything possible to avoid a negative situation with their life here that you have now thrust upon them for your own, TikTok or YouTube short. I think it sucks. I think it is sucked from the very beginning. I don't like that the portion sizes at Chipotle have shrunk, obviously. But what I would never do is blame the workers for it. They're not making the corporate decisions for the portion sizing or anything like that. And if you do get less than you want, you can politely ask if you can have like another scoop or something. Like, that's just normal socialization 101. You don't have to resort to the nuclear option here.
And that ain't no issue. Anybody in here can get it. Straight up. You can call the police. I ain't break no law. Wait, what? Whoa, why you lying like police?
This guy's fuming so hard that he immediately gave himself amnesia and forgot that he just threatened the entire restaurant. She said, all right, I'm gonna call the police because you're threatening people. He's like, you're fucking lying! Who did that? Where? When did that happen? You're telling a fib. That's a tall tale. And I don't appreciate it, Buster. Even though, literally 5 seconds ago, he just threatened the entire restaurant for some reason. He's just having a full-blown voice-cracking conniption here in front of the entire Chipotle for this trend. And I still don't even know what there is to be mad about. He got big portions on his bowl. Mission accomplished. And he successfully made everyone in that restaurant's day a little bit worse. Yippee. Wahoo! That's great. So yeah, overall, I think that this filming Chipotle workers trend is garbage. I think it is just trash. I could bring up countless other examples because it's become such a viral hit here, but they're all so annoying. They're not nearly as bad as this one. This one is by far the worst I have seen so far. The only ones that I somewhat appreciate are the ones where the Chipotle worker gives them significantly less food because they're filming. I fuck with that. I think that's great. That should be the gold standard going forward here. You come in and you start filming the workers, well, I hope you enjoy 5 tiddlywinks of rice and 1 little glob of chicken. And that's it. Put a smile on your face and get the fuck out. But anyway, yeah. Don't like the trend. Hopefully the trend is over soon. That's about it. So yeah. Hey there. No long-winded intro or anything like that. I'm just making fun of another prankster per usual, so you know how the situation goes.
Back with another video! I am back with a prank. Today we are not at Walmart and we are not at Home Depot. We are at...
She's been doing videos like this for months and still can't figure out simple audio. All of it sounds like you're underwater listening to a series of farts every time she tries to speak in the intros of her videos. This is someone you've probably seen before, but I guarantee none of you know who she is, which is the way it should be. Because she's just an insufferable prankster whose entire personality revolves around making strangers' lives miserable. So she goes to Walmart, or in this case Dollar General, and just harasses people. In this one, her prank is taking things out of their shopping carts and throwing it on the ground or insulting them for it. Or in one case, even just physically touching a woman to bother her as much as possible and then starts like braiding her hair. It's all just garbage. Now, she did have a video go viral a few months ago with the breaking TVs in a Walmart prank where she just went into a Walmart and broke a TV with a baseball bat. It was a TV she brought, and she got arrested for it. And the entire internet came together to make fun of the clown and just point and laugh at her. And that's the proudest moment of her life. So it's all she does now, as pathetic as that is.
But we about to go in here and just grab shit and throw it on the floor.
You like it?
No, me no life for you.
No.
Nope. Don't buy it.
No?
Nope.
Oh, brother, this prank stinks. It's such a trash idea in the first place, just throwing people's things on the floor and getting a rise out of them. But then to put the cherry on top of this already pile of dog shit, she has no personality at all. She doesn't even try and make a joke out of any situation. She does nothing. She is so bland and boring. She doesn't even say or do anything half the time. She just throws it and then sits there. Like her just brain had a Windows restart moment, like Windows needed to update. Man, I got something in my eye. This prank is so bad, it's actually causing my eyelashes to fall out into my fucking eyeball. But yeah, anyway, like I said, half the time she just freezes there, deer in the headlights, and just stands there like she's been lobotomized. But in the rare instances where she doesn't, she ends up just getting more mad at the people she's pranking than the people do at her. She gets so offended that people respond negatively to having their things thrown or being bothered and harassed. It's so fucking weird.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse me. What?
Those are ours.
But I just want to see if I want to buy it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
How
You can just
expensive
put
is
it.
it?
Can you just put it back? I don't know why.
Can you just tell me how expensive
I
it
don't
is?
know why
$4.
it
We
is.
don't know.
It's $4. Is
Yeah.
it good?
I know you're making
It
a
is
video, and I don't care for your video.
Wait, I didn't say you can have it back. I'm about to give it back in a minute.
It doesn't matter. You
It's
can
I'm about
have
to give it back.
It's,
Just give me a minute.
it's ours. It doesn't have to be. You don't have.
Ugh, it's just the most annoying person ever. Just goes up and then just makes an argument out of taking their shit, like, oh, I just want to know how much it costs. And then she immediately starts getting heated herself. Like, her whole prank is supposed to make others angry, but half the time it ends up making herself angrier. I don't know how she can even have such shamelessness to record shit like this and then keep going after someone calls out that she's filming a video. That is unbearable, incomprehensible levels of shame that I can't process with my little noodle here. You have not only been bothersome and a nuisance to these strangers, but now they also know that you're recording it to try and get clout online. How do you not puke from the overwhelming guilt of being such a loser and being caught red-handed with it? Oh, it blows my mind.
You're just coming up to us.
So are you gonna be nice or not? I'm gonna
Can we
give it
have
back.
it back, please?
Are you gonna be nice?
Can we have it back, please?
You know what? I fuck with you because you said
Thanks.
please. Go get your wife. She's really mad right now.
This painful interaction dragged on for so long, I cut out a lot of it. She eventually puts the first item back in their cart, but then grabs another one in order to keep the argument going and escalating it. At some point, the wife walks away, to which our prankster, the galaxy brain prankster, had the gall to say, go get your wife, she seemed mad, even though the whole time the prankster really did seem just as mad as the wife. But then she tries to hide that embarrassment with that big old smile grinning from ear to ear, celebrating a job well done. Another banger piece of content she was able to deliver with that.
What's wrong with you?
What's up? What's the problem?
What's the problem?
Yeah, why are you over? I don't even know you. What? Girl, some girl just came over here and just knocked this thing off my basket. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
Okay, so what you do? Sorry, she with you?
She is legitimately a child. She has the brain of a 6-year-old, where they'll take a cookie from the countertop and throw it on the floor, smashing it to pieces, and wait to be scolded by adults. She's also so fucking lame that she can't think of how to communicate past that initial shock of throwing someone's things on the floor, that the only thing she can muster is just repeating what the other woman is saying back to her. What's your problem? What's your problem?
Is she with you? Come on. Move around, please, ma'am. Move around. Could somebody come get her?
Who you on the phone with?
I don't even know what the prank is supposed to be. She throws some stranger's shit on the floor and then just stands there like one of those Buckingham Palace guards where they're not able to make a facial expression or speak because she can't process any words. So the only thing she comes up with is what other people have said, or just asking annoying questions like, who are you on the phone with? What is the joke even? You just look so foolish.
Can somebody come get her?
Look, I apologize. I didn't mean to drop that, but I have a question.
Don't, ma'am, please.
No.
No. I don't, say, somebody come get it. Girl.
Come from over here.
Girl. Today, Jesus.
No, tomorrow.
Today, Jesus.
Tomorrow.
Today.
I wouldn't necessarily call myself an empath, but I can feel that lady's emotions and all of the thoughts running through her head at this moment, where she's contemplating whether or not it's worth it to beat this prankster's ass. I just know she's weighing the pros and cons, and I think the only thing that stopped her from putting her hands on the prankster is that she had a suspicion that this was someone going through a mental health episode, like psychosis or something, or like some kind of like, you know, manic episode. I think that was the only thing that stopped her from just going after the prankster here. And one day, this prankster will try this with the wrong person, and it's not going to end well for them, and it's going to be entirely the prankster's fault for constantly instigating as much conflict as possible, because all she wants to do is make everyone around her upset, angry, or just make their day as worse as she possibly can muster. What a beautifully awful way of living your life.
Oh, is this yours?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. Who is that for? Is this for your dogs? Man, you a bitch. I would have been like, wait, you my shit. You a bitch. Why you just let me take your stuff?
This poor guy really gets the worst of it, just minding his own business, doing nothing wrong, just totally innocent, and this miasma of cringe marches up, takes an item out of his cart, throws it on the floor, and then he just says, okay, not playing this game, so he doesn't say anything. He just sits there and takes it. Eventually she grabs another item from his cart and she starts walking away with it before turning around and throwing it back at him, calling him a bitch for not standing up for that item. He gets berated for doing the right thing, just ignoring it. Like, what's he supposed to do? Run over and put you in a chokehold to reclaim the item? He can just go get another one and it's not worth fighting you over or playing into your game. Because he would be the one that gets in the most trouble for it. Even though you are starting all of this conflict, you are the catalyst to the catastrophe that will eventually come from doing awful pranks like this. The person who does retaliate is going to be the one that gets the biggest punishment for it. And he clearly knows that, so he wasn't playing along with it. He did the right thing.
I thought we were friends. I have one. Okay. Let me touch it. Here. I did it. Can I touch your booty? No.
Now, in this case, however, this one may have actually had, like, grounds for self-defense. She just walks up to a stranger, grabs her hair and starts tugging on it and then, like, air humping her back. And this could very well be an argument for self-defense. You don't know this person. This crazy lady behind you, that's kind of dangerous, actually. So I'm surprised this didn't lead to an actual scuffle, because this is a fucking awful thing to do. Now she's gone from just harassing people to physically harassing people. What an achievement. Look at how far we've come here. This prankster is leveling up right before our very eyes.
Am I gonna die? Is this like a...
I can't make no sense. You gotta like walk forward. Yeah.
The queen of physical comedy strikes again. Look at the captivated audience in the store, with not a smile in sight. I don't think she has ever made somebody laugh, like in general. But I will say, I hope she hurt her knee, because she may have planned this fall, but she did not plan for that injury. She didn't brace, even slightly. She just falls, like full-blown, full force, onto her right knee, and then rolls over on it. So I really do feel like this is a situation where she hurt herself, but tried to play it off like, ooh, everything's okay, ha ha ha. Meanwhile, of course, nobody else is giggling or anything. But yeah, just wanted to showcase that, again, she gets kicked out. She actually got kicked out twice in this video. It doesn't seem like she goes to a store with a camera rolling without getting kicked out. So yeah, that's just another horrible prankster I wanted to make fun of. That's about it. See ya. There's a long list of people I'll never have respect for. Cheaters, drunk drivers, animal abusers, murderers. Yeah, that's right, I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not gonna censor myself. I think you gotta be a real jerk to kill someone. Standing wipers is another one. I don't understand what kind of psychopath would stand up after doing their business to wipe when the toilet seat already spreads your cheeks, giving you the optimal angle of entrance to your butthole. Doesn't make any sense. You're adding extra steps and more of a nuisance. And another thing that I'll never have respect for are pathetic scumbags that abuse the YouTube strike system because their feelings got hurt. And that has been happening quite a bit lately on the platform. It's been an incredible week for little slimy weasels that like to use the YouTube strike system because someone made a video they weren't overly happy about. So I wanted to march on in here and administer some wedgies and shoot spitballs at these fucking dweebs that are doing this disgusting weenie behavior where they're abusing this YouTube system to try and get rid of videos that said not nice things about their content. The first one I want to cover is from this YouTube channel, penguinz0. They received a copyright strike from another YouTuber named The Manny Show. I'll go ahead and play a clip from this video that explains it.
That one of my videos had a copyright takedown, which is very new to my channel. The video in question that was taken down is why everyone hates The Manny Show. And the YouTube automated email says, "Hi penguinz, we received a copyright removal request."
I was unfamiliar with The Manny Show before this situation, and I really missed 30 minutes ago when I was still in ignorant bliss about who this was, because this shit is insufferable. It's a massive YouTube channel that just aims to fill the shorts algorithm with brain rot content to try and farm subs off of it. It sucks. It super sucks. Copyright strikes are a huge deal. It's more than just the video getting taken down. It affects the entire channel. I'm sure all of you are familiar with the strike system on this platform. It's the nuclear option. When someone does that, it's a declaration of war, and that's when things get extremely serious. And it's also an unforgivable sin on the internet. If you ever have that little devil on your shoulder that convinces you to file a copyright strike, just know that blemish is gonna haunt you for the rest of your fucking life on the cyberspace. People don't forget that. So if you're filing a strike on a channel, you better hope that that channel is publicly beheading puppies or something, because otherwise, everyone's going to hate you for it forever. Strikes, in an ideal world, would be reserved for repeat offender channels that are publishing like borderline criminal content. Anything aside from that, and you could just file a normal copyright claim and block. You don't have to choose to strike the channel. You can just take down the video you think is in violation of your copyright or whatever, and have that be that. But when you go the extra step here and put the cherry on top of the shit cake with a strike, then it becomes a huge deal. But in a situation like this, the Manny Show would still very much be in the wrong, even if they took the lesser of two evils and just removed the video without the strike. Because they have no grounds for removing the video whatsoever. They have no legs to stand on. It's a completely fraudulent claim that blatantly abuses YouTube's system. The channel that was struck, penguinz0, is a commentary channel that will play a clip from a piece of content, let it play for like 10 or 15 seconds or so, and then talk about it, giving their commentary on whatever they're going over, whatever the subject is. Looking at the removal request, we can see that 13 seconds of the video was enough to lead the Manny Show to strike the entire fucking channel here. That's some fucking filthy fish paste right there. 13-second clip was enough to have the Manny Show bring the hammer down with the iron fist on the channel, because penguinz0 was saying some less than stellar things about the Manny Show, I guess. But you can't strike someone because your feelings were hurt over what he was saying about your content. That's just not how it works. He hasn't violated any rules at all. You are totally fine to play bits and pieces from other content and then talk about it, transform it with your commentary, your jokes, your input, whatever it is. It's not like penguinz0 took the entire video from the Manny Show and re-uploaded it without adding anything to it, without changing it whatsoever. There was no rules that were broken here, at least not from what I can tell. I also will just never understand this strategy of doing something like this, because as the Manny Show or part of the Manny Show team, you would have to know that Ingween or any commentary channel ever would see this and immediately talk about it, because this is just a big no-no. This is like an unwritten rule on YouTube that you don't strike another YouTuber just because they hurt your feelings. That will always backfire on you in the biggest possible way, and it puts all of the eyes on you as the bad guy, as the villain. You won't get support for that. No matter what Ingween was saying about you, and I can't go watch the video since it's been taken down, but I imagine he was calling him cringe or something. Now you have made things significantly worse for yourself. The video title that got taken down was Why Everyone Hates the Manny Show, and I don't know what the reason behind it was, but I can tell you what it will be now. The reason why everyone hates the Manny Show is because they're very sensitive and file false strikes on other YouTubers' channels. I can now answer that question for why people hate the Manny Show. And that's because of your actions. Not even because of your content, it's because what you've done when someone criticized you. It's fucking stupid. It's so dumb. Speaking of dumb and stupid, we have the actual fucking mascot for those things, Tech Lead here. He is apparently still filing false DMCA claims. I just made a video talking about him. I called it Complete Loser. I went over his last fraudulent strike that he issued on Internet Anarchist. Mudahar posted this on June 29th, so only a couple days ago. This appears to be a screenshot of Tech Lead filing a DMCA takedown request. This is a classic SpongeBob, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man moment. This one is particularly enjoyable though, because this means that YouTube automatically declined Tech Lead's attempt to falsely strike another channel. This doesn't happen super often with YouTube, but they do have measures in place to prevent offenders like Tech Lead from abusing these systems once they're made aware of it. So what happens, and I've seen it a couple of times, what happens is you take one of these fucking worms like Tech Lead, they file a takedown removal request. YouTube will then start processing it and realize that this is just a bunch of hooey. So YouTube will actually send you an email making you aware that someone tried to target a particular video for a particular reason. In Mudahar's case, that video from a Tech Lead segment. And they tell you that they are not going to take any action because they believe it's fair use, but they want to put it on your radar in case you want to do something with that information. The reason they state is in case you want to delete it just to be safe, to avoid any kind of like legal ramifications if they decide to go above the YouTube strike system. So they just give you that information so that way you can plan your next steps accordingly, whether it's deleting the video or contacting the party directly. So that's why Mudahar has that copy there of the Tech Lead DMCA. It's because YouTube thought it was such a load of barnacles that they didn't even bother fucking with it. They just threw it into the trash pile right away, but sent a copy to Mudahar to basically use as toilet paper if he wants. That is so poetic for Tech Lead. YouTube won't even take him seriously anymore. I'm surprised they haven't taken legal action against him since he has openly on record admitted to abusing their system, which is a legal problem. That is actually him admitting to some very bad activity that YouTube could absolutely slap him for. And I think they probably will. This is leading me to believe that YouTube is now very much aware of Tech Lead and what he's doing, and I really think YouTube might take actual action against him for this garbage. Now maybe I'm huffing copium like crack here, but it really to me does seem like YouTube might do something. They're declining his DMCAs without even bothering to process them anymore because they must be aware that this is just bogus. Like it's fake, fraudulent. So maybe they'll do something against Tech Lead. I think they absolutely should. And this has nothing to do with his false DMCA takedown strike crusade that he's going on, but I have to talk about this because it was so pathetic. A few nights ago, actually by this point it's probably like 5 or 6 nights ago, maybe even like a week ago, I'm losing track of time, everything's blending together. But I was streaming Elden Ring, I was playing the DLC, and I saw Tech Lead poke his curious little head up in my chat. And he would cheer on whatever boss I was fighting at the time, like, go get him, demon guy, beat his ass, that kind of thing. You called me a complete loser? Well, look at you, you're dying to this Elden Ring boss, loser. And nobody in the chat even noticed he was there. He's such an insignificant fly that even his attempts to try and stir up shit in the chat didn't work. It just flew under the radar because no one gives a fuck about him. But I saw him because I'm always paying attention to the chat. It's the most fun about streaming is interacting with the community. So I saw Tech Lead in there, but I didn't call any attention to him. I just sat there and just looked at what he was saying, and I know he started fuming because I'm actually good at Elden Ring. So he came in during the Mother Finger boss fight, and it only took me like 5 tries or something on that boss. And he came in there at like the third or so try. So he only got to see me take 1, maybe 2 deaths until I beat the boss, and then he just had to sit there and say some other nonsense outside of that because I wasn't struggling on the bosses. And I just found that to be so embarrassing that this grown-ass man would take like 30, 40 minutes, whatever it was, out of his evening, and it was late too, it was like 2 a.m., 1 a.m., something like that, to hopefully watch me struggle on Elden Ring bosses and then not even get the pleasure of seeing that. Now, if he came in later and saw me on the final boss, he would have had quite a spectacle, because that boss is fucking brutal. That took me like almost 3 hours to beat, but he came on the bosses that I was able to just fucking slap around and put the smackdown on, and he just had to sit there and just say nonsense, and no one responded to it, and I just see it and kind of like smile internally about it. I just had to point that out. I found that to be like so embarrassing. I don't know how he went to sleep that night with that level of shame. Going into my chat to try and start shit only to have no response from anybody. Just straight up crickets. So I had to mention that since we were already talking about this loser anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about these 2 cases here because within just a week, we've already seen 2 YouTubers, again, falsely strike or attempt to strike other channels for nonsense reasons. And I think that shit sucks. That's about it. See ya. Look hard into my piercing blue eyes, and you'll notice that my soul is finally back in my body. I'm feeling much better, so I thought I'd celebrate by watching some more horrible pickup artistry attempts on TikTok, because it puts a smile on my face, and I really think that that's a great benefit to the entire human body. And you know what else is a great benefit to the human body? Gamer Sups. Gamer Sups is the best beverage ever invented, period. I don't mean just the best energy drink ever made, I mean the best drink ever made. Your body craves Gamer Sups more than it craves water. It's up there with like the blood of Christ. I can't recommend it enough. My favorite flavor is titty milk, so shout out Jay Schlatt for that incredible flavor. I think every flavor is extremely good. It's an extremely fantastic drink, and I can't recommend it enough. So if you want to get started on Gamer Sups, you can click the link in the description below or use code moist at gamersups.gg to get a big discount on your order. So I paid a visit to one of my favorite pickup artists. I don't know if that's the right nomenclature here, because I don't believe he self-identifies as a pickup artist, but it's a TikToker who's been doing pickup lines to women very, very often for a very long time. And it's as they say, the first 1,000 no's are just the warm-up, the intro. They're still, you know, you're still hitting your power spike. So pretty much all of his content is using these pickup lines that don't work at all. Now, I don't want like anyone to go harass him or anything like that, so I'm not going to be like saying his channel or anything. I wanted to showcase some of his more recent best of moments, as well as a couple of other goofy ones that I saw from a Cody Ko video as well. Because Cody Ko is like this incredible archaeologist at finding horrible riz, I suppose, and I am envious of his ability to track down such holy artifacts. So I'm going to show you 2 from that.
Damn, I just spent 30 bucks in there, bro.
Excuse me. Hey, excuse me. Can I get your number? No? Can I get your number?
I have a boyfriend.
Can I get your number?
I have a boyfriend.
Can I get your number?
I'm lesbian.
Can I get your number? Can I get your number?
Actually, all have boyfriends.
Can I get... Yo.
This man was so focused on one goal in mind, he was about to start asking the dudes there until his brain pumped the brakes on it. He was so preoccupied with whether or not he could, he never stopped to think whether or not he should. Until he did, and then decided he didn't want the men's numbers. Which I think is a bit of a misstep. Even if he's not interested in having sex with these gentlemen, he could at least, you know, be friends with them perhaps. You know, maybe he ends up forming a basketball team with them. And honestly, he could play this off for the women around and be like, no, I'm actually asking everyone in here, regardless of their gender, for their number. In fact, I'm putting together the Toon Squad. We gotta take on the Monstars, and I'm holding tryouts, so what's your number? There's like plenty of ways to play with that, instead of just cowardly be like, hey, can I, and then walk away when he realizes it's dudes. But anyway, it's as Cody Ko said, this guy is just a stats man. He knows 100 rejections don't matter, because maybe there'll be 1 yes in there. And that makes it all worth it. This is clearly a Padawan who's been trained by some of the great Reddit dating gurus from back in 2010, back when they used to preach this thing where it's like, Ask every single woman you ever see for her number. And it doesn't matter if you get rejected 10, 20,000 times, because eventually someone's going to say yes. So all those failures will be worth it. And it's like, well, maybe, you know, if you're getting rejected that many times, you're doing something a little creepy. Like, there's definitely a level of self-reflection necessary there. Here, he was doomed from the start because the very first no he got just became a snowball effect and ended up in an avalanche of rejection. There was no world where this was going to work. Just coming up cold turkey, asking for their number, obviously isn't going to lead to overwhelming success. And then every other girl sees that you have done that, and it just exudes desperation. So they're not going to be the person to say, yeah, I'll give you my number. In no universe would that happen, so every girl's just going to say no to him for sure.
No, but excuse me, can I get your number? 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 Can I get your number?
Anyway, that completes the speed run for the world record 80% route for rejections. This was a gold split for sure. I counted, it was 12 no's. So, pretty impressive. If we're going to count the group of dudes, it would take it to 15 no's. So, depending on, you know, what route you want to calculate here, it's between 12 and 15 no's in a matter of 40 seconds. So, very impressive. That is a tough one to beat. But would you believe me if I told you that that's not even his worst showing? The next clip I'm about to show you from him is actually even more rancid. Now, I will say, I couldn't find the original videos here from the accounts, so I can't say with 100% certainty it's the same guy, but I'm pretty confident that it is.
Hey, excuse me? Can you turn, excuse me? I have a question. I'm trying to, oh my god, you're beautiful. I'm trying to get your number. No?
Why do people post these?
Is it because I'm ugly? Oh, fuck.
Just look at the way these women respond to him trying to get their attention because it's so aggressive. Oh, it's like they turned around because they just heard someone yell bomb in an airport. Like, holy shit. They just look frightened and on edge immediately in this guy's presence. It's like in Bleach where they have that spiritual pressure that you can just feel sometimes and it like slaps people to the ground. That's what they're experiencing, like this overwhelming spiritual pressure of cringe, and they're like, oh, ah, like turning around slowly as if it's a horror movie. Oh man. Whew. But yeah, it's a very aggressive thing, just like, excuse me, can you fucking turn around and face me, please? Come on. Hello? And the woman that he tries to rizz up can't even pretend for a single millisecond to be interested in this conversation with the weirdo. So when he does tell her that she's beautiful, she hits him with like one of my creepy smiles. She gives him one of these. Like, oh. And then still he has the gall to ask for her number. And then just for the nice cherry on top, he asks if it's because he's ugly, to which she just says yes. I'm assuming she was just playing along with it just to get him away from there, which worked. I mean, mission accomplished.
Hey, excuse me? Hello. I actually think you're perfect.
What?
I think you're perfect.
For what?
Like, just look amazing. Yeah. Well,
thank you.
Nobody's perfect in life, but you look perfect. That's what. Yeah. Can I take you out for like a Big Mac or something?
No.
Well, are you vegan or something?
No, I have a boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes a little more sense. But you have a good one.
This one's not really bad or anything. I want to put this one here because there's something I want to talk about around it. So, of course, it's always uncomfortable when you say something and the person you say it to doesn't really understand what you're getting at. So when he says you're perfect, she's confused, wondering, like, what does that mean? I'm perfect for what? Thinking that he must be recruiting her for something, like the Avengers or some shit, perhaps. I have no clue. But, you know, to be caught off guard and then not know what you're saying and then have to explain it just makes every situation a little more uncomfortable. But overall, this could have been a wholesome exchange if he didn't tack on the last part about going to get a Big Mac together or something. That makes it now a little uncomfortable and stinky, but just a passing compliment to someone I actually think goes a long way. I don't know if I ever mentioned this before, but when I was in it was either freshman or sophomore year of college, I don't remember now. It was when I started to get like big. That was during my more jacked yoke stage of like fitness. And I was walking to my art class and I was carrying this bundle of art supplies, and I was in a tank top because I had just finished at the gym. And these two dudes, I think they were on the lacrosse team, walked by me and they said, "Damn, you look strong as hell." And oh my god, I was like an anime character. Like when the senpai gives them attention, I started blushing. I was like, "Whoa, me?" Just this super quick, fleeting, passing moment, nothing romantic, doesn't mean anything at all, that actually just was a super nice thing. Like, we just went our separate ways, and I just thought, like, hey, that was a nice thing to say. So I really do think there's a lot of positivity around just giving someone a nice compliment. You know, not expecting anything out of it, not overstepping boundaries and making it weird. And I think he was super close to accomplishing that, but then his brain flipped on to, like, need to get pussy, need to turn this into a date, and then, of course, it made it weird.
Excuse me, miss? Hey, I know the gym isn't the place to, you know, meet somebody, but we could just tell our parents we met on Tinder or something.
Sorry?
I know this isn't the place to, like, meet somebody, like the gym, but we could just tell our parents we met on Tinder.
I don't understand what you mean.
This is such a common occurrence for our protagonist here. Oftentimes, the women that he approaches end up very confused. Like, they just got hit by some kind of, you know, fucking solar flare from Piccolo. They're like, what is happening? Like, what are you saying to me right now? This is the worst one I've seen from him, though. This is, like, extremely painful. This is a girl who's just doing her workout, minding her business, and he still comes up to her, and of course, camera in the face, which is always fucking awful and jarring, and then just spits out some goofy shit that she is not understanding because she's not expecting to just be hit on here in the middle of her workout. She was probably expecting him to come up and ask how many sets she had left because he wanted to use the equipment. And that's not what's happening, and he's trying to, like, talk over her earbuds, and then she eventually has to take one out so she can hear a little bit better, and it's still not making sense. It is a disaster. It is a fucking catastrophe. A Category 5 hurricane of cringe.
Like,
It's not a place to meet someone, but what?
but we could just tell our parents we met on Tinder.
Tinder.
Yeah, Tinder's like a date, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so can I take down your number?
I'm not trying to date anybody.
I'm not trying to date you too. We could just go wash our cars or something like that.
What do you mean?
Like wash our cars. It's also a
Wash
workout.
cars?
Wash our cars, yeah. No. Are you interested or no? No. Oh, okay. You have a good one.
What in tarnation just happened there? I don't know how it went from Tinder to we could just wash our cars. Like, the wheels fell off with this one really quick. The fucking wagon blew up. Like, I don't know what happened there. And I follow these kind of bad pickup artist kind of shit. I have no clue what happened to the dialogue tree in this interaction, but it went cattywampus really quick. Wow. It's a lot.
You getting some shoes, right?
Yeah.
How much you need?
And then just paid for them.
How much you need?
Dude, I just paid for my shoes.
Ah, okay. I'm a little too late, right?
Yeah, you are.
How about like dinner?
Thank you. We've got it.
Thanks.
They good. I'm good too, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am extremely familiar with this guy's content. I have seen more of his videos than I have episodes of One Piece, and I'm on episode 464. And out of all the videos of his I've watched, this is his worst one in my opinion. I don't know who convinced him this was a good idea, but this was, without a doubt, the worst fucking attempt at anything romantic I have ever seen. To come up to a stranger as she's paying for her items at a store and try and flex with a couple $100 bills that you will pay for it is so weird and creepy that even the cashier made a look to her friend to, like, you know, hey, is everything okay? And then tries to step in to save them from you. Holy shit. That couldn't have been worse. That actually couldn't have been worse. I think that's a good stopping point for today. That's really about it. See ya.